Before we move forward in the videos, if you're still watching, I just want to go back and hit a few topics before we move forward that we covered in the first video. First thing that you want to do is find vendors. You need to find reliable vendors, trustworthy vendors, at least 2 vendors that offer what you're trying to sell. If you're going to do pre-orders, I suggest finding vendors that offer custom wigs, custom sizes, and things like that. If you want to sell pre-made wigs, that's fine too. Just make sure that you let your customers know what you're selling. Recommend starting off with, like I said, 4 to 5 wigs. Get certain styles that you want to do and a curl pattern that you might want to offer in those 4 to 5 styles. You need to get those wigs, test them before you start selling them. Test all of the wigs that you want to sell. Once you test them, you need to start advertising them. Let people know that this is what you have, this is what you're selling, and tell them that they will be available for pre-order. And then do not forget pricing. You need to know how to price these units. Remember to include the shipping that your vendor charges you and the price that the vendor charges you for the wig, along with your profit price, into your pre-orders online. Turnaround time, make sure that you stand firm on your turnaround time. Be mindful of your turnaround time and be mindful of the turnaround time that you tell people it's going to take in order for them to get their wig. You do not want to give them false turnaround times and then you're not able to get your units out in time, because it's bad business and it will not reflect good on you. So keep that in mind too. Remember what I said about brushing up your skills and taking classes. Love classes, highly recommend classes, highly recommend YouTube. Take a class with a good person, someone who is doing what you're doing. You trust them, you've been watching them, you know they'll teach you what you need to be taught. Take the class and practice, practice, practice. If you're a look and learn type of person, get on YouTube. Marketing. Remember to show up for your business, okay? If you don't show up, nobody's gonna show up. Websites, I highly recommend Shopify. Wix is good as well. You can use either or. I have Shopify. Advocate for Shopify. Like I said, a great fraud analyst that can help you weed out those people that are just coming on there to scam you. So Wix or Shopify for your website. Once you have found your vendors, you've tested your hair, you figured out what you want to sell, you have an idea of which website you want to go with and things like that, then it's time for you to start thinking about packaging. If you have the funds to get customized boxes with like designs on them with your business name and pictures and things like that, that is great. I think that it is a great presentation. It's a great way to represent luxury in your business. That's great. You do not have the funds to do that because they do get expensive. They get expensive. I've been there, done that multiple times. They get expensive. And especially when you know that your customers are probably throwing away these boxes if it's like repeat customers. They're not keeping all of these boxes. If you do not have the money to do that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, been there, done that. And now I'm to the point where I don't even have those luxury boxes anymore. I have regular shipping boxes that I put stickers on and I put them in pink packaging. It still looks nice, but it's way cheaper on my end for me to supply my customers with these boxes. If you don't have the funds for like a luxury box or whatever, I would recommend getting on Amazon. Uline is also a good place to get shipping supplies from. That's what I use. They also have a Net 30 account. If you have a business, you should have an LLC. If you have an LLC, you should have an EIN number. If you do not have an LLC, you need to get on sunbiz.org, get you an LLC. Then you need to go over to the IRS and you need to get your EIN number. Okay, once you got that, you need to get on Uline if you want to try the Net 30 accounts. This will also help you build your business credit, which is great. We're not going to get too deep into that. Maybe another video I'll, give y'all some more information about that. We're not going to get too deep into that. But once you got your LLC, get your EIN number, you can get on uline.com and you can sign up for a Net 30 account with your business. Net 30 account they will allow you to order shipping supplies and then they'll bill you for it, but you have 30 days to pay it. I use that still. Highly recommend that. Like I said, it will help you build your business credit. And if you do not have the funds to buy all these boxes like at one time, that's something that can really help. Okay, so this is my packaging. This is someone's order. so I'm not going to show the address. This is how my pink packaging looks, the shipping packages. These are the mailers. I got them off of Amazon. I have like a lot of them. Got them for a really cheap price. This is the box that I ship my wigs in. It's a black box. I got this from Uline. I get them in bulk with my Net30 account, and then I get these stickers from a company that I found on Instagram. Fresh Baked Prince is their name. I believe that's in Chicago, I think. This is my shipping. The boxes are big enough for me to fit wigs in there, customized wigs in different styles. I think it's like a 9x6 or something like that. Here you go on your boxes, the more it will cost, but you do need boxes that are big enough. You can just use the mailers. I would not recommend that. I would recommend you get boxes, whether they are custom design boxes or regular boxes off of Amazon or whatever website you choose to get them from. Boxes will help your unit stay intact. Mailers, you have to worry about them being squished and baby hair is messing up, you know, things like that. Like with boxes, you really don't have to worry about that. I've never had any complaints about customers saying that their wigs didn't arrive the way that they left, besides them maybe having to be straightened again from being in the box being bent. But other than that, never had any complaints about the wig arriving to them messed up because of the box. But with the mailers, that's something that you might run across, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about shipping. When you first start your business, I don't want you to think too much about having brand ambassadors. You are your brand ambassador. You are your biggest brand ambassador, okay? You're a walking advertisement for your business. I do not have brand ambassadors. I'm not really a big fan of those in my business, but it's nothing wrong with that. Like I said before, with the shipping supplies, if you have the money to invest in brand ambassadors, then by all means, you can definitely do that. But you are your business. You know, you are the advertisement for your business. So if you can walk around with your wigs on, word of mouth is like the biggest advertisement that there is, okay? Like that is the biggest advertisement that there is. Like word of mouth is everything. Somebody can see you in the store with your wig on, ask you who made that, who did your hair, and you tell them it's you, you got a customer. You know what I'm saying? So you do not have to jump into getting brand ambassadors. If you do not have the funds for that, don't try to do that. You will need thank you cards and you will need business cards. I've changed my graphics within my business a lot. I've changed a lot of things in my business throughout the years. I've been doing this for almost 6 years. Like I've changed a lot. Okay, so if you have to start off by getting business cards that you made yourself or you got from somebody that doesn't charge that much, that's fine. You do not have to go for the highest graphic designer that you see on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok and, you know, for your thank you cards and things like that. You don't have to do that. You can get graphics that make sense within your budget. You don't have to try to go out of your budget to get thank you cards and flyers and things like that made. Stay within your budget so that you can do what you need to do with your wig. So you can get on Canva. Canva is a really great space to create. I have started doing my own flyers on Canva and I absolutely love it. Okay, once I got the nick of things, I started doing my own flyers. And Etsy has templates that you can use. You go on Etsy, you type in what you're looking for, like wig business cards, wig flyers, and so much stuff will pop up, so many graphics. And you just choose what you want, you open it up in Canva, and you literally input your colors. You can change the words, you can change the pictures. Like you can make a whole flyer on Canva, and Etsy is a big help. So highly recommend that if you do not have the money to pay graphic designers. That can get pricey as well. I use graphic designers up until really this year. Like I use them for everything. Every flyer that I wanted made, I had to go to a graphic designer, and it kind of got aggravating, you know? And it got pricey because they are expensive. $50, $60 for a flyer when I could get on Etsy and get a template for $2, $1, $5, and go on Canva and make it. I'm gonna go with Canva. So don't stress yourself out about that. You do need business cards, you need thank you cards. Like I said, if you can get a graphic designer, that's perfect. But do not go over your budget. Stay within your budget when it comes to those graphic designers and thank you cards and a business cards. And if you want to do it yourself, get on Canva and do it yourself. You can always improve your graphics as you make more money in your business to do so. I do want to also mention to you guys that I don't want you comparing yourself to businesses that are already established. Even if you're an established business, don't compare yourself to other business owners that have been established, like, or who have even just started. Don't compare yourself. Comparing yourself will literally steal your joy, okay? You are not them and they are not you. You don't know what they had to go through to get to where they are, and they don't know what you're going through. So don't compare yourself and don't look at someone else's success and feel like, dang, you know, I should be there. I'm doing something wrong. Timing is everything, and God's timing is the most important. When it's your time, as long as you're doing the work, you will get there. Everybody has different roads to success. The best advice that I can give you is to pray over your business. Pray over your business, pray over your hands, pray over your work, pray over your path. And ask God to lead you in what you love, you know, and have patience. Have patience and have intention. I honestly believe as long as you're doing the work and you're applying yourself, God will give you what you ask for. You just have to be willing to make those sacrifices to get what you want. And you have to be serious about it. Like, don't go to God on no, okay? You need to go to God with intentions and be realistic and be real with yourself. And if you see yourself slacking, get on your shit. Get on your Zoom, okay? Like, you need to get on your Zoom. I also want to tell y'all to make sure that you have policies in place. As soon as you get a website, you need to have your policies in place. And by policies, I mean you need to make sure that your shipping policy is stated, your return policy, your refund policy. If you do not accept your refunds, you do not want refunds, you need to state that in your policy. You need to have people agreeing to something before they check out, that they have read your policy, they agree to your policy, and they're going to abide by your policy. If you do not have policies in place, people will try to get over on you, okay? Everybody in the world is not genuine and they are not real. And that's just facts, okay? Trust me, I know. I've been there, done that, got scammed, all type of shit, okay? Like, if you don't have policies in place, people will literally try to walk all over you. Like, I have a policy in place on my website where I allow, not really a refund, but if there's a problem, you have 72 hours to contact me after you get your wig for us to resolve the issue. If it's a mistake on my part, I have absolutely no issue refunding a customer and providing them with a new wig, whatever suits them best. You know what I'm saying? If it's my fault. Now, what I will not do is allow someone to have one of my custom units for days or months at a time and then contact me and tell me that they want a refund or an exchange. I'm not doing that. You shouldn't either. So you just want to make sure that you have policies in place for your customers to adhere to and follow. Because if you don't, like I said, people will try to get over on you. You can allow returns and exchanges, but just be mindful of things like that. If you're doing custom orders, cap sizes and things like that, you don't want to allow people to be able to wear your wigs and then return them to you, especially if there's nothing wrong with the unit. You know, they just want their money back. Like, for instance, I had someone order a wig one time and a couple of days later, she ended up emailing me and asking for a refund. So I'm like, you know, well, what's the reason for wanting a refund? I let her know off the rip, though, that I don't offer refunds, but what is the reason that she wanted a refund? Maybe we can, figure something out. So she told me that basically she brought the wig when she had the funds and now she doesn't have the funds anymore and she wants her money back. No. Sorry, but not sorry. This is a business, okay? And that's not how businesses work. So I'm a Black woman and this is a Black-owned business. Most of my customers are Black women. And no shade to my sisters. I love y'all. I love my Black women. I love women, period. But dealing with females in general, not just Black females, but females in general with business, it can get a little hectic sometimes. So policies are very, very, very important. Okay, just really keep that in mind. And if you don't really have any idea about what your policies should be as far as exchanges and things, it's okay to go on other wig businesses' websites and kind of look at their policies and get an idea of how you want your policy to go. None of it is unrealistic. If you don't want to offer refunds, that's fine. You don't have to offer refunds. If you don't want to offer exchanges, you don't have to offer exchanges unless you did something wrong. Now, if you fuck up somebody's wig, you should give them their money back. Okay? Like, that's just like, be genuine. You know, you want genuine customers, be genuine. You don't have to accept everybody's money. The customer is not always right. And everybody's money is not good money. If someone is being rude to you, they're not going by your policies, they're constantly hassling you about your turnaround time when you told them what it is, or they're basically just nitpicking at everything before you even can get their order out, I refund people like that. Because in the past, I haven't, and it came back to be a problem. So if you get, I don't want to say a bad customer. I don't want to say a bad customer. But if you get somebody who you feel like is going to be a problem for you, don't do business with them. It's okay to say no. You don't have to take everybody's money. Like I said, it's a million people doing what you're doing. Let them go to somebody else. If somebody's giving you a hard time, you do not have to take their business. You have the right to deny your business to anyone, just like someone has the right to choose who they want to make their wig. So be mindful of that and don't feel bad about it either. Don't feel bad about it because you have to protect yourself, you have to protect your business, and most importantly, you have to protect your peace of mind, okay? Like, nobody wants to deal with those type of customers, like, really, especially if you're a genuine person and you're actually doing your job correctly, you're answering questions. You don't want to deal with that, and you don't have to. So to hit back on the wigs that you decide to do, starting your pre-orders off with the 4 or 5 wigs, I suggest starting off with that number or less if you want to, so that your customers can get a feel of you and your business. You know, sometimes if you give people too many choices, they just don't know what to do with it. So I would recommend starting off like that at first, and then as you start to get business and you start to advertise a little bit more and they start to selling, then you can start offering more options. Especially if you're a new business owner, you know, you're just coming out. And when you're looking for these styles that you want to sell for pre-orders, get on Instagram and TikTok, social media period, and see what's popping. You know, decide what target audience you're going for, whether it's the young girls, the older girls, whatever. Figure out what type of audience you want to target. Me, I feel like I target everybody. Okay, I got the young girls shopping with me. I got the old ladies shopping with me. Now I'm going to start these shortcuts, like the middle-aged girls, the girls my age. Like, I'm 29, so the girls my age, like, I'm for everybody. Except the cheap people. Not for the cheap people, but as far as like a target audience, I feel like I'm for everybody. You know, I'm for all age ranges, all grown people. That's what type of business I want it to be. If you want to do that too, that's fine. But get on Instagram, on these social media sites, see what hair textures are popping and what's, you know, like, what is everybody getting into, you know? And you can try to style some wigs like that. You know, you need to get like attention grabber, something that you know is going to attract people. Bobs are really hot. Bobs always sell. That's always been one of my top sellers, my diamond bobs, and they are cheap from your vendor. They do not cost that much money. Curly hair is always going to sell. Short curly hair, long curly hair. If you don't want to start off doing like really long inches, you don't have to, because the longer you go in these lengths with these vendors, the more expensive it's going to be. So if you want to start off with like 24 inches, a 24-inch curly wig, or maybe like a short bob 14-inch curly wig, those are like guaranteed things that are going to sell. Straight wigs with layers, the curls are really in style, like the layered curls, things like that. So just like I said, get on social media, get an idea of what's popping and what's hot, what's everybody into, and kind of like try to recreate some of those styles, but put your own twist on it. Maybe add some color, critique the styles a little bit, do different things with them, put braids in them and stuff like that. Be creative, you know, it's your business, be bold, be creative. Before I did my first pop-up shop, before I even like uploaded wigs that were like ready to wear. I posted a wig that I made with, it was a foam head. I put some lashes on my foam head that I got from the hair store. I had some fake pack hair, okay? It was like that little pack that comes with the, it's like 3 little things in it. It looked like bundles, but it's really synthetic hair. I did that. I got a real closure. I sold that wig. I put a ponytail in the top of that wig, honey. I put like some little accessories in her hair, and I had my lashes on my phone mannequin. I put it on Facebook, and honey, my girl got attention. People really want that wig. They didn't even know it was synthetic. I lied and told them it was like Brazilian Indian or some shit like that. Like, but it was an attention grabber. You know, it let people know like, oh, Veronica she's selling wigs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she know how to style. Like, yeah, like sometimes you have to do attention grabbers to get attention for your business, and that's okay. I'm not saying go get no fake hair and like sell it to nobody, but you can definitely practice. Get you some hair, some cheap hair, and practice for you to do like certain styles with. And yeah, advertise that, like, you know, get people's attention to want to come and see what you're offering and want to try things with you. I highly recommend doing BYOB when you're just starting your business, or even if you've been into your business and you don't offer that, offer BYOB. That can bring you some money in, okay? Because a lot of people are trying to do it themselves nowadays, but a lot of people don't know how to style. A lot of people don't know how to pluck wigs, bleach, or anything like that, and they really don't want to learn. They just don't want to go sit in a salon and get their hair done. So if they can buy a wig off of Amazon and come to you and get it customized and then just go back home and put it on, that's a win-win for them, and people will pay for it, trust me, okay? Because they run me down, okay, about that BYOB, and it brings you money. It's extra money for you to help your business flourish and grow. You're figuring out what you want to sell. You also need to figure out what type of laces you want to offer. Like I said, I used to offer frontal wigs before I got into closures, and I don't offer frontal wigs anymore for pre-order. I do them for BYOB. Like if you have a frontal wig you want to bring to me, you want me to customize it, that's fine. In the past 2 years, I have included some frontal wigs my ready to ship, but I do not offer them for pre-order because, in my opinion, frontals can't really be worn glueless. That's just my opinion. And I didn't like that I was advertising that they could, because sometimes you like, I've been able to put bands on frontal wigs and they fit people and they're able to wear them glueless, but that's not always the case, you know, because everybody's head is different, like when it comes to those bands and the placement. So I stopped selling frontal wigs and advertising them as glueless. You can, if you want to, just be mindful of that, especially if you're getting pre-made wigs from these vendors and you telling them that you want them to be glueless. They're gonna tell you they're glueless, they're gonna put a band on them, but they're not really glueless. Like, you're gonna have to put some type of adhesive on them. A glueless wig is literally like, I don't have to put adhesive on it if I don't want to. I can literally throw this bitch on and go. That's glueless. If you have to put adhesive on it to make it stay in place so that it doesn't move, it's not glueless. So just be mindful of that. You want to know what type of laces you want to sell. Everybody's really into HD lace. That's really a thing now. Love HD lace now. It definitely blends. I sell HD lace and I offer transparent lace as well. Do not offer dark brown lace or brown lace, only transparent, and HD lace is what I sell. In the past, I have sold brown lace before. Like, this was before the pandemic, but you know, times change. You gotta change with the time. So transparent lace and HD lace is what I sell now. HD lace is really good. It's very thin. I have noticed that the frontals tend to shed a little bit more faster with HD lace than they do with transparent lace. I don't know if it's because the lace, like the lace is so thin and the knots just aren't strong enough or what, but I do still offer that to my customers. Most of the people who request HD, they know what they like. So I offer it to my customers transparent lace. My transparent lace is bomb, okay? If you ain't never seen it, go on my Instagram, go check it out, because it's bomb, okay? It's strong and it's durable. You do have to use makeup on both laces. You can put an HD lace on and not put makeup on, but you're gonna be able to see your lace if you get too close. That's with any lace though, but You have to put makeup on both of those laces, either way it goes. Test both laces out, see what you want to sell. I just started offering HD lace, I think maybe this year. Yeah. Or maybe like a couple of months before 2024 came, but it hasn't been more than a year that I've been offering HD lace. And I just started offering 6x6 laces. Before I was only selling 5x5 laces. And then I added on my 6x6 laces. I added on HD. And then I just recently added 2x6 laces to give my customers a more variety of choices. So yeah, when you figure out what you want to sell with those wigs, you also want to figure out what type of laces you want to offer. If you're doing the 4 or 5 wigs, you can just start off with one lace size and one lace type if you want to, if you don't want to get all into that. Those laces and those sizes, we're going to go back to that pricing. You also have to add that to your pricing on your website as well. Like on my website, 5x5 laces is no extra charge. On my website, you know, you click, you want a 20-inch wig, 5x5 lace, the price doesn't change. You want transparent, the price doesn't change. If you say that you want a 20-inch wig, 5x5 HD on my website, the price changes because my vendor charges me more for HD lace. So everything that my vendor charges me for when it comes to those wigs is put into my pricing on my website, okay? And that is very, very important with pre-orders. Like, you keep that in mind, y'all. Like, that can make or break you with making your profit. So if you're going to offer different lace sizes and things like that, just make sure that you're including what your vendor charges you and the prices that you put on your website so that you don't have to pay out of pocket when you order from your vendor. So like I mentioned before, when I first started my business, I uploaded an attention grabber wig and it was on a foam mannequin head. And she got a lot of attention, you know, it got a lot of attention on Facebook and on Instagram. But since then, I have upgraded, and these are the mannequins that I use now. These are on Amazon, but without the makeup. But you can buy these off of Amazon. I think vendors sell them, so I'm not really sure how they get in contact with the vendors who sell these, though. But if you can find a vendor who sell these, amazing. And you don't need a lot. You could do one to start off with. You know, I have a wall full now, but it didn't start like that. Like I said, I started with a foam head, okay? So these are the mannequins that I use now to advertise. You can get these off of Amazon. If you want their makeup now, you can get on Instagram and find you a makeup artist that does mannequin makeup. Key is Queen, I think is her name on Instagram. She's really good with mannequin makeup. Like, she has done the majority of my mannequins in here and they all look bomb as fuck. Don't go and try to get like a million of these to start off with because they can get pricey too, okay? So you don't need a million. You can just start off with one. If you have the funds to get a million, that's fine. But if you don't have to get a million. You can start off with one mannequin to use to advertise your wigs. So I should have hit on this in the first video, but I got carried away a little bit. Get you a journal. Get you a journal. From the moment I started the Diamond Wig collection to now, I have journaled my journey with my business. Like, I wrote a plan in here. And everything that I wrote down in my journals, because this ain't the one I started with. Like, I've had multiple. Like, I'm a writer. Everything that I wrote down in my journals about my business has came to life. Everything. The moment that God gave me the vision for it, I started writing. Like, I started writing. I planned everything out. When I was gonna do a wig drop, when I was gonna introduce it to my customers, how I was gonna roll it out, the names for it, everything, colors. I wrote it all down in my journal. I recommend getting one of these. Manifestation is real. Manifest what you want. Pray over your business and pray over your journey. You know what I'm saying? This has helped me a lot. And it is very helpful to write things down. Write you a guide down. You know, how do you want to go about rolling your business out? And how do you want everything to go? You can even write your advertisement down. Like, writing things down can help you get them done the correct way and the right way. And once you see it on paper and you start crossing those goals out and the things that you've accomplished, like, the feeling is overwhelming with enjoyment. Like, it really brings happiness. So I highly recommend getting a journal, writing about your business, writing your goals down, your plans down, and executing them. So something else that I wanted to tell you guys as well is, before you jump into getting a mentor, joining a mentorship for your business, try it on your own. Try it on your own. Once you try it on your own and you feel like you need help with certain things, then it's definitely okay to get help if help is needed, you know? But if you never try it on your own, you're never gonna know what you can really do. You know, sometimes all you need is to be real with yourself. And like I said before in the video, you need to be intentional about what you're doing. If this is what you want, you need to go after it. You can't be lazy about it. And having a mentor or being in a mentorship is not going to push laziness out of you if you're being lazy about your business. And that's just real, okay? But I'm not saying don't join it. I'm not saying don't do it, and it's nothing against anybody who offers mentorships, because if you purchase this video, you're getting advice from me. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying try first, because they can cost a lot of money and things can get costly. So before you try to dive into getting mentors and things like that, just try yourself. Really try and put your best foot forward with your business. And y'all ain't gonna probably like what I'm about to say. You do not need a boss brunch, okay? You don't need a boss brunch to be successful in your business. You wanna go and make some boss friends, that's cool. But going to a boss brunch, attending these events that these Instagram influencers are having and TikTok influencers, that's not gonna make your business grow. And it's probably not gonna change your life. So don't feel bad that you're not able to go to these events, because you don't need that for your business. Like, it is a nice to interact with other business owners, and if you go, that's what you need to have in your mind. I'm going here to interact with people, get to know people, like-minded individuals, and hopefully gain a business friend and some knowledge. But don't go there thinking, when I leave here, oh, I'm gonna make $1 million. Like I told you, if somebody tell you that, that's a lie. They cannot guarantee you that, because they don't know what you're going to do once you get the information. So don't go there thinking that. Go there with the intention to gain knowledge and hopefully gain friendships. But do not go there with the intention that they're going to change my life. That's just real. So we're just jumping into some other things in this video. So just jumping into some advice and things that I feel like you guys need to hear. It's okay to have your own personality behind your brand. Your brand needs its own identity. So when you're looking at other people and you're getting inspiration, let it just be inspiration. Don't pick up on their personalities and put it into your business, because you want your business to be having individuality. You know what I'm saying? You want people to know who you are. Like, people know the Diamond Wig collection. You want them to know who your business is. You don't want them to look at your business and think about my business. You get what I'm saying? So it's important to create your own brand identity and put a personality behind your business. Don't be afraid to show yourself on camera. Don't be afraid to talk to your audience, you know what I'm saying, and let them know who you are, and show your personal personality through your business, because people will shop with you because they like you. You know, like, that's a proven fact. People will shop with you just because they like who you are. So it's important that you let your personality shine through your business. And above all else, stay professional. Okay? Like, our generation, you know, everybody's not professional, but I feel like I've always been professional. Like, I try to be as professional as possible when it comes down to my business, because that's the way I want my business ran. Like, I see myself going really far, and I feel like in order for me to go as far as God intends me to be, I need to have that professional face on my business. And I've always kept my personal life separate. Unless you know me personally, you know, you'll never know my personal Instagram. You'll never know my personal Facebook. Like, I keep that stuff separate as much as possible, because I don't want what I do in my personal life to affect my business. Now, that's not always the case, and it's nothing wrong if you let them merge. I just don't do that, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I see it a lot, actually, and people's customers, they like that. So you have to do what works for you and what works with your business. That's why it's so important to make sure that your brand has its own identity, so that you can know what your customers like and what they don't like, what attracts your customers and what does not attract your customers. So guys, our time together is coming to an end. I'm so happy that I have finally been able to make these videos, and honestly, there's probably more to come, because Wig Talk with Diamond is gonna be a thing. Like, I love the fact that I was able to get on camera and talk to y'all guys like we're on FaceTime, you know what I'm saying? And letting y'all know the real about what's going on in the wig business, what you need to be doing, what you don't need to be doing, and how to set up your pre-order business. I feel like a lot of people are just online sometimes selling, and I don't feel like they keep it real, and I got a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that I finally did this, and I'm so thankful for the people that have tuned in. I really want your feedback. I want to know if this helps you, how it helps you, and if I can help you more. Like I said in the first video, if you purchase this, baby, we locked in, okay? If you need advice, you need help with something, inbox me, email me, and I will definitely try to help you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me.